Good morning. Are you ready for your daily dose this morning? Today, we're going to be talking about fair debt collection, everybody's favorite subject. Bills, bills, right? Well, believe it or not, as a billing and coding specialist, you are going to be responsible for collecting debt at some point. But there are rules to that. We're going to be discussing those rules today. So the debt collections laws, the federal law that dictates how debt collectors may and may not deal with consumers. This is called the Fair Debt Collection Practices, and it applies to personal debts, including money owed for auto loan, home loan, and medical care, and for the credit card accounts you may have opened. So here's what we're looking at. You may not be call before 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m. You may not call their work if the debt collector knows that your employer does not approve of such phone calls, may not harass, oppress, or abuse, may not lie, and may not falsely imply that you have committed a crime, may not use unfair practices to try to collect a debt, must identify himself or herself to you on the phone, and must honor a written request from you to stop further contact. Now, I am not going to read all of this information. If you want to read, you can pause to read, but I want to talk about where medical debt kind of rates on the scale of debts to be collected. So looking at number one, medical debt is the top reason consumers are contacted by debt collectors. Now let's go into it a little bit on how your patients really could feel about the debt. More Americans fear medical debt than serious illness. That is just really eye-opening to me, that more people fear the debt than they actually do serious illness. 3, medical debt collection blemishes the credit report of 1 in 5 consumers. Number 4, medical debt is the leading cause of U.S. bankruptcies. Number 5, medical debt will likely worsen as uninsured rates climb. Number 6, 2/3 of consumers with medical debt have health insurance. Number 7, medical debt can cut patients off from the services they need. Number 8, families struggle to pay medical bills. And number 9, the financial well-being of elders is impacted by medical debt. To me, that is real eye-opening. So when you're collecting debt, I want you to remember this slide. People who have medical debt, most of them, it's not that they don't want to pay, they just can't afford to pay. I know with what I'm paying in my health insurance premium, then on top of that, having medical debt, it's very difficult on people financially. So let's do some NCCT example questions that are directly related to Fair Debt Collection Act. The insurance and coding specialist arrives at work at 6:30 a.m. One of her daily tasks is to follow up on delinquent accounts. The specialist knows she cannot begin making calls until 8 a.m. due to the A, Truth in Lending Act, B, Fair Debt Collections Act, C, the Stark Law, or D, Fair Credit Reporting Act. It says FACE, sorry, typo, but it's Fair Credit Reporting Act. So write your answer down. At the end, I will give you the correct answers. Today, you are training a new employee on debt collecting practices. What must this new employee know? We're going to choose 3. You must leave a message at the patient's employer. You must identify yourself and the reason for the call. You may call between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. You may call during the work week, but not on the weekend. You cannot say they may be dismissed for non-payment. So choose 3 answers. All right, so now we're going to talk about the answers. So the answer to the first one is B, Fair Debt Collections Act. Why? You can't start a call at 6:30 a.m. You have to start at 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. So let's talk about what the new employee needs to know. You must identify yourself and the reason for the call. That's the first correct answer. You may call between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. That's the second correct answer. And the fifth one is you may not say they may be dismissed for non-payment. That's considered abuse. So that is our daily dose today. I hope you learned something. Have a great afternoon.